You don't have to love me. You don't even have to like me. But you will respect me. You know why? Cause I'm a boss.
Hey, welcome to my channel, Posh Life, where we talk about all things hair, business, and beauty related. My name is Sierra, and I'm the owner of Posh Beauty Collection, a luxury hair company. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Today's video is actually sponsored by a company named Beicapeni. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure, so don't quote me. Y'all will notice that I am looking over here because I do have some notes because I don't want to forget anything. So by the time of this video will be a review / testing of this company's hair. And there are 6 things, really kind of 7 things that you should look for when you are testing hair. So we're going to go over those. So starting out, I will list the contact's name, the Instagram page name, and WhatsApp number in the description. So if you are interested in reaching out to this company, all the information will be available. So this company sent me 3 bundles in a closure. I have 3 bundles of straight hair 16-inch, 3 16-inch bundles, and then a 14-inch 5x5 closure. So some of the things that you'll be looking for number 1, you want to take notes or whatever, will be the smell of the hair. Does the hair smell like corn chips? Does it smell like fish? Do it smell like feet? We don't want none of that, okay? We don't want none of that. Does it have a weird smell? Because sometimes when it comes to hair, when certain smells are locked into the hair, it's very difficult to get it out. So far, this hair does not have a weird smell. It smells like how most hair that you order from overseas would smell. So it's past the first test so far. The second test that we'll do will be the burn test. So this is to ensure that this hair is actual quality human hair. So if it is human hair, it's going, when you do set it on fire and burn it, it's going to turn to ash. If it's plastic, it's going to melt. So we'll do that test to see whether it's plastic or real hair. The third test will be a bleach test. So can this hair lift to a 613 or higher? Or does it only lift to a brassy, ugly orange color? Nobody wants that. Now, me personally, if it doesn't reach a 613 or anything, I'm okay with that. Because I feel like if you want 613 hair, then you can buy 613 hair. But we definitely want it to lift to a nice blonde color. The fourth one will be styling. So does this hair hold a curl? Can it get bone straight? So we'll test that as well. The fifth thing will be washing. So sometimes when it comes to processed hair, they may dye it or they may use a chemical steam process. And so if they dye the hair or use a chemical steam process, then those products and their residue will come off once we wash this hair. So once we wash it, we'll see if there's any kind of residue or anything in the water. And if it is, it's a no. Immediately no. The other thing is fillers in the hair. So is there any fillers like plastic, them weird color strands? So blue, orange, green. We don't want none of that. We just want straight hair. That's it. The other thing when it comes to quality, a lot of people think, oh, is it quality hair? They'll send me hair and ask, is this quality hair? Maybe I don't know. Like I can't vouch for anything that's not mine. But the way that you'll know if hair is quality is by testing it. That is the only way that you're going to know if you have quality hair. So if you are a future wig maker, a aspiring wig maker, anybody that wants to deal with hair or have a hair business, you have to test your hair before you can sell it. Let me repeat that. You have to test your hair before you sell it, okay? So this hair here, I can't vouch on the quality until I construct it into a wig, start wearing it, put it through the ringers and everything, and then I can come back, give y'all an update if you would like, and tell you what I think about it. So far, this is just an initial review of what it's like when I got it, and I won't be able to vouch for the quality until I actually test it. So, for example, this wig that I have constructed on now, this is one that I made, and it's some hair that I'm testing out. So far, I've had this hair for like 2 months, and it's been doing really, really good. It does not tangle, does not shed, none of that. So example. You have to have the hair, you have to test it, you have to wear it, sleep in it, everything. So yeah, those are the main things. So let's go ahead and start getting into this. So I'm gonna take out the rest of these bundles. And we already did the first test, which was smelling the hair, see if it smells like corn chips or feet, and it does not, so that's a plus, because who wants that? Let's be real, nobody wants that. So far, all of the bundles they seem pretty nice. A nice thickness all the way down to the end. That's really good. You can also get the hair, hold it over, see if you see any splits, which means that there's going to be short hairs in it. I don't see that many. I see a few, but I mean, that's normal when it comes to hair. But so far, it seems pretty decent. Another thing when it comes to lace, like me, myself, and other wig makers, hairstylists, not all lace is created equal, and we will tell you that. So they sent a transparent lace, and something that I do like about this lace is that it has very, very tiny knots. So whenever we start bleaching it, then that means that the knots should be able to process fully. That's something else that you definitely want to look for if you do have lace, is how well the knots bleach, and if they have big knots, little knots. There's some companies that the front of the hairline will have small knots, and then the rest will be really, really huge. But for the most part, this is really consistent all the way throughout. I know you all can't see it, but I'm really impressed with this closure, y'all. Like, I really am. This is really nice. So yeah, that's my initial thoughts so far. So we're gonna move on over and start actually testing everything. And so far, as for fillers with this hair, you really can just open up the bundle and see if you see any weird strands or colors of hair. And I do not. And I also want to clear something up. There's been people that have said if you see red pieces of hair, then it's a filler. That's not the case all the time. Like, some of these people who have that the hair is coming from other companies, hair changes based on your environment, how long you're out in the sun. It's a whole bunch of factors that can go into that. So just because you may see a couple or a few red pieces that's in there, don't automatically write that off as a filler, because if it's a filler, you definitely would know. And just because it's a piece of red in there does not mean that it's a filler. So, all right, moving on to the next. So now we're going to actually start testing the hair. The first thing that I'm going to do is the burn test. And so anytime you come in contact with real hair, and if you do set it on fire, it will turn into ash. So I don't know if you ever have any experience working with braiding hair, but sometimes whenever you set braiding hair on fire, it just automatically melts, and that's because it's synthetic hair and it's full of plastic. Well, anytime you come in contact with human hair and you set it on fire, it should automatically catch on fire like how it's showing now, and then it will also turn into ash. I also want to make sure that if you are doing this, please be of an adult age, either have supervision, doing this in a controlled environment, because you don't want to set nobody's house on fire. But as you can see, whenever I grab a piece of the part that was burned, and whenever I rub it into my fingers, you can see that it's basically dissolving and it's turned into ash. So that's how we know, just from setting this hair on fire, that this is actual human hair, because it did pass the burn test and it did turn into ash, just like how we want it to. So the next test is actually bleaching the hair. So like I stated earlier, does this hair get to a 613? Does it lift to a nice blonde level? So I've already made my mixture, and I'm just going to be bleaching this hair. And I did set a timer for about 25 minutes. So then I'll come back, check on it, see what it looks like. And from testing this hair did not pass the bleaching test at all. Once I set the 25-minute timer, I came back and the hair still did not lift to a desired level that I would have liked. So I did let the bleach stay on for just a little bit more. I think I let it stay on for like another 25 minutes, so almost a total of 50 minutes or more. This hair still did not bleach to a lighter color. So therefore, I will say that it did fail the bleaching test because it only lifted into like this orange brashy color, and that is not desired. So if you are wanting hair that lifts to a bright color, this would not be there. So the next test is washing the hair. So if there's any residue on the hair, or if there was any dye, like if they dyed the hair before sending it to you, then all of that would come off of the hair. So the easiest way to do that is just washing it. Make a bowl of water, a tub of water, dip the hair in and out as if you were doing a bleach bath. And if you see any residue come off, then that's how we know that they either died or it's been chemically processed. So as you can see, that's exactly what I'm doing. I did not see any residue come off, so therefore it passed this test, and it does not appear to be either chemically processed nor dyed. So here's a close-up of showing how small the knots are on this closure, which is really good because that means that everything will process evenly. So I did go ahead and bleach the knots for this closure because I will be making it to a unit, and as you can see, this is the results, and it's giving very much scalp. So if you are testing any lace from vendors, that is exactly what you want to see. So the best way to test hair is to actually wear it. Like I said initially, you cannot vouch for any hair or know the quality of it until you actually test it. So one of the things that I will be doing is constructing this hair into a unit, so that way I can wear it for a couple months, test it out, see what I think about it, and if it's up to my standards or if it's anything that I could possibly even vouch for. So right now I'm just sewing the closure on. Nothing really spectacular about that. Just adding my closure onto the cap. After I get done doing that, I will be making my guidelines and then move over forward to constructing this unit via the sewing machine. If you are new here, yes, I do teach one-on-one classes of teaching how to make wigs on the sewing machine. So if you are interested in that, feel free to send me an email, comment under this video, or reach out to me on my various social media platforms, and I will be more than happy to teach you how to make a wig on the sewing machine. So now I've fully constructed the unit. The unit is on flat flats. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start customizing the unit. For this one, I did want a middle part with baby hairs because it is a short length. So I do feel like a middle part is best for this one. So right now I'm just customizing it to my likings. And I didn't do a defined middle part because whenever you bleach your knots, if you bleach your knots really well, sometimes a defined middle part isn't even really necessary. So I didn't do one for this particular wig. So right now I'm just molding the hairline. I also use Gorilla Snot to mold my baby hairs to keep them in place, put it under the dryer as well. And when you are molding your hairline, the best thing to do is to use a lot of foam because the more you mold it, the easier it is to manipulate, and it's less hot combing that you have to do as well. Now moving on to the styling portion of it, I'm using my Silky Mist, which is a thermal heat protector, which also gets your hair silky bone straight. It is available on my website if you are interested in purchasing that. So keep going for it with the testing. As you can see, it does get bone straight, so I do like that. But then again, this hair was straight hair, so if you're looking for straight hair and wondering if it gets bone straight, then yes, it does pass that test. While styling, I did notice a few fillers in this hair, so that is something to be leery about, but I mean, that is kind of expected, but that is just something that I did want to call out. The hair, and this is what I got. It does not really hold a curl, but then again, this was straight hair, so maybe if you try body wave, it may work better. But I like it straight anyway, so yeah. But this does not really hold a curl. Maybe get some beach waves, but a curl, not so much. So after constructing the wig from the hair I received from the previous vendor, this is what it looks like. I think this would be a good option if you are a business that's wanting to have different levels of hair for different price points. But I do like how it's giving very much. I just got a silk press, but it's a wig. So yeah, if you are interested in this hair, make sure to contact the vendor from the previous post. Myself low down, watch me sweep up these